Change the scheme, alter the mood, electrify the boys and girls.
Yeah, you can't front on that.
All right. Welcome to the Nerdington Post, where Will doesn't support
Here we go.
multiracial people in the music industry because he's not a fan of Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars coming to Fortnite. Which is
That is not true.
the biggest news of the week. Name one Silk Sonic song.
Off the show, he was
Silk
telling
Sonic
me.
Part 2.
Off the show, he was telling me he just finds it very confusing. He doesn't know how
their
to
race?
check him in the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling me, Bruno, it's a little too ethnic, and the Mars, that's a planet, that shouldn't be a name.
Love Bruno Mars, thank you very much.
Unfortunately, there's no just generic brown box.
Oh my god.
I'm actually gonna look up his real name, because his real name is like Paisa as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, Silk Sonic bringing their sweet tunes to...
Never mind, it's not
Fortnite.
Paisa as fuck. The last name is Peter Gene Hernandez.
Hernandez. But yeah, celebrating the release of Baiken and Guilty Gear Strive, we're talking over this Baiken gameplay of me going through arcade mode, figuring out what she's all about.
You're going through a card, mate? That's super fun. Oh, really quick tip, a really fun one
stream
is
it for you guys.
If you want to do something fun with Baiken, whenever you do the drive, if you hold dust, you actually don't get the tether. So
Oh, well, that's handy.
yeah.
Because for when you're fighting guys like Potemkin.
So you can have some extras in there, and also I forgot the name of the move, but the sword swipe that she does, the Earl version of it. If you do get somebody, if you're able to draft somebody and leave him this round, that's awesome as a follow up. Just because of the priority that move has, and also just the insane hitbox. And yeah, it's super fun to do after a drive. Well, yeah, Baiken fucking broke the game. Happy Chaos apparently has a bunch of issues.
Yeah, I've watched half of the top 8 of Frosty Faustings, and yeah, it totally makes sense that Lost Soul is playing Happy Chaos after being an Elf main. It was a good set between him and Hotashi.
I think I was talking to you about it last time. Is Happy Chaos, I don't know what it did, but like when I hit a gun combo just fine, it just unlocked something in my head that just made me go like, oh, I want more. So I might switch my Angie pocket to a Happy Chaos pocket.
You don't say.
But yeah, so the big news is Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak and not Sony buying Bungie.
I mean...
Sony bought Bungie?
Yes. For $3.6 billion, which is, peanuts these days of acquisition. Well, Take-Two also bought Zynga, right? Which is also huge, but completely got overshadowed by Microsoft Blizzard news. But yeah, Bungie, their current games are going to be multi-platform still, and future IP will also be multi-platform for Bungie. Which
Oh, go ahead.
It was specifically Sony Entertainment that bought Bungie and not specifically PlayStation Studios. So the idea is that people are speculating is Sony Studios via Columbia and whatnot, they're going to expand Destiny into maybe a series or movies and whatnot, just really go big on the multimedia. And they're saying that Bungie will help Sony bring like 10 more living games by the end of 2026, which we'll see how that goes and in what capacity they're talking about.
Destiny has all the world building that you could potentially make a show somewhere in the line of. I, for one, would love to see one of the. I forgot his name. I think it might have been Balthazar or something like that. The guy from the House of Wolves DLC.
Is that Destiny 1? I didn't play a lot of that.
It might be Destiny 1. But I thought he was one of the coolest, just like characters that game had to offer.
Yeah, just...
Not only because he was a Titan, but also just the design alone and what he was all about was very cool.
Hey man, they gotta get that money, that movie money.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, we're all seeing Uncharted.
Everything's a multi-universe now. I kind of hate it.
Well, at least with Sony.
What are you
We'll
talking
see how
about?
the,
They just had a trailer for a Halo TV show.
Well, let me finish. I just want to say we'll see how the Halo TV show goes.
How do you feel about Flesh Cortana?
About that, she looks awful.
Listen, so I guess I'm one of the few people that are okay with them deviating from the games because, like, I think it's cool that they're gonna make it their own thing. But she's an AI, so I mean, I still love Cortana, but if she's an AI, she should look like an AI.
Right? I mean, it's cool that they got the same actress.
Yeah.
But she's supposed to be a hologram.
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know why they couldn't just... I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, as we move forward, like AI becoming more colder, it's just bound to have like human characteristics. So I can totally see the point of it looking like a person. I just think it looks awful.
I just think it looks weird. Like, it's not hit or miss for me. Like, I'm more worried about the series as a whole because I'm just a huge Halo fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay if they deviate from the source material, but at the same time, I like Legend, like what do I want to say, Legacy stuff. I hope they don't deviate too much from.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaps that they could fill.
Yeah,
in the existing
exactly.
lore, rather than changing the established lore.
Exactly.
I hope we get to see all those children getting experimented on.
Yeah, but it's like the thing with Destiny having all that rich lore, just because Bungie, they have all those tie-in novels and comics and whatnot for Halo.
Exactly.
So
The one thing
so much they could build on.
the one thing I did find out in the middle of last year is that Master Chief's suit doesn't jerk him off. So I hope they actually make him get jerked off by the suit in the TV show.
Well, I was just as soon as the trailer premiered, I was on Twitter and just to see, let me see what the reaction is. Obviously, hardcore people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is stupid," or they're gonna find issues with dumb stuff, like always. And this one thread, just people were like, "Oh man, I hope we don't see Master Chief's face." It's like, who gives a shit?
I think we are. We might.
No, I think we are. But like, who cares? Like in the video games, yeah, I get it. You have that mysterious aesthetic that's been there since the game launched. But it's a TV show. It doesn't directly tie in with the video game. It's okay if they show his face. It's not.
I think the thing is alone to make that hard, and I'm talking like a really hard distinction that this is not tied into the games at all. It should be fine if they show his face.
Yeah. They showed Mando's face.
Yeah, they showed Mando's face.
Well, yeah, because they pay money for that gorgeous face.
And they got Pablo Schreiber as, Master Chief. You're not going to hire somebody if you're not going to show their face. Unless you're Carl Urban, who he is so completely fine with his face not being shown as Judge Dredd.
Yeah, but he was great. He was good Judge Dredd.
Wait, what? Fucking Pornstash is Master Chief?
I think of him more as Liev Schreiber's brother. But that's just
I only know him from Orange is the New Black, where he was like the
Dick
shittiest.
Guard,
Yeah, and he was like my favorite one because he was such an asshole.
Yeah.
He's playing Master Chief, baby.
I buy that. I like the idea of Master Chief being Canadian. I still think that Master Chief should be Native American.
Because of the chief?
Yeah, like I want like some heroic situation where he saves a bunch of people and they say, "Hey, thank you, Chief," and he goes, "No, it's Master Chief," and that's how he gets the nickname.
Well, I also like one way they're already deviating from the game is like Steve Downes isn't voicing Master Chief. You know, they're letting the actor like do his own take on it, which is cool. I'm totally okay with that.
Does he show up? Well, is the show even out? I'm so out of the loop when it comes to these things. Next month?
Paramount
Yeah.
Plus. So definitely
Do they
not
show?
watching that.
If you
Do
guys
they
want to borrow my
show-
Paramount Plus account, you can.
Do they show like any hints of his voice being in the show at all?
Yeah. In the new trailer that was released last Sunday, he speaks.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not a bad voice. Like they obviously dubbed it a little bit to give it more of that like mercenary, like
Rougher.
feel, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Steve Downes, the original voice actor.
What about him? Oh,
Yeah,
did they give him like a part or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I would assume so.
I hope so.
But I don't know.
I hope so, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna look it up. But for some reason, I always think of Steve Bloom's voice when it comes to Halo, and I don't even think he voiced anybody in Halo.
Probably voiced random Marines or grunts or something. I mean,
What?
Conan O'Brien voices a random Marine.
So does Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Andy Richter as well.
Yep, Andy Richter.
He voiced somebody in Halo Infinite.
Steve Bloom? A named character or just random additional voices?
I'm looking it up real quick. I'm gonna go to his Wikipedia page and just Control F. Halo. Oh yeah, he just voiced some random brutes in Halo 3.
They also showed off like the elites and everything, so the CGI doesn't look bad. So that kind of makes me feel good. I was honestly worried that we'd get this series and the CGI would look cheap and bad, but so far it doesn't look like that's the case.
I can't think
Throwing
of
that Microsoft money at it.
Yeah. Hey, they can afford it, man.
I can't think of anything or like I've been excited to watch at all since last year for The Witcher.
That's why you gotta watch
You watched season 2?
Mandalorian, baby?
No.
Yeah, I haven't watched season 2 of The Witcher at all.
I also have not
Really
watched
good. It's really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because you finally get Cirilla and Geralt together, and Vesemir, so I gotta get into it.
I like it. It definitely does have that weird Netflix season 2 syndrome where you feel they try to do too many things, but it's still enjoyable. I liked it. But yeah, like I can think of a show where I can be like, yeah, I'm excited to watch this.
Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight.
I am excited about that.
Don't care for Oscar Isaac.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see Dune?
No.
What?
Did you see Inside Llewyn Davis? Drive?
Yeah, I did Inside Llewyn Davis. That movie that made me.
Yeah, that's
It made me
amazing.
feel some feels.
It's one of my favorite Coen Brothers movies, even though a lot of people just don't care for it.
Did you see Ex
One of the
Machina?
better ones. Yeah. And trust me, I relate to the fact that he wants to fuck the robot, but yeah, I just didn't care for him.
We all wanted to fuck the robot, okay?
One day we'll be able to fuck the robot.
Yes, we will, but
And be Genshin Impact.
that that's right. Oh, that's funny.
Genshin Impacts are the best robots to bang.
That's right.
Mhm. But yeah, I just don't really care for the guy. Plus he's
Isn't he one of your people? He's one of your people, right?
almost. He's Guatemalan.
Yeah, okay. He's
He
only
is-
half, though, right?
No, I think he's full on
He's
Guatemalan.
full-blown?
I think he.
Get out
I
of here.
think he's.
You gotta love him then. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
He's also the tallest Guatemalan in recorded history.
Yeah. That's how he got
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, he's 5'8", so he's the tallest Guatemalan in recorded history.
Is he 5'8"?
He's 5'8" and a half.
He's like my height then. I assumed he
I-
was taller.
No, I could kick his ass.
I don't know, man. Have you seen
Okay,
him training
I'm
for Moon
alright.
Knight?
He is he's built like a shipwreck.
Have
isn't
you
he?
have you ever seen me toss a watermelon?
That's also true. We haven't seen this.
Yeah. Turns out, yeah, he is half. He's half watermelon, half Cuban.
Ah, Cubano. Yeah. Like the sandwich. Oh, God.
Exactly like the sandwich.
You like Cubanos.
I thought Gold Lewis was going to wreck me. But I got him.
Gold Lewis is such a fun character because it's either you put him against the corner or he has you pinned against the corner. There's no in between.
So again, with Sony, Microsoft shenanigans, confirmed the next 3 Call of Duty games will be multi-platform.
Yep. And they're doing the right thing. They're honoring those contracts like they did with the Bethesda deal, which is awesome.
Well, it's not really the right thing. They are legally obligated to.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then after that...
Who knows? It's up in the air. Who knows? Yeah.
Like I said, I think that... What I hope happens is Call of Duty stops being an annual release. They put maybe 1 or 2 studios in charge of it, and then let the other studios go make new shit for Xbox. That's what I hope happens.
Oh, that is not happening though, man.
Well, I know because Call of Duty makes them a lot of fucking money. Yeah, I get it.
Best-selling game. Then why wish for it? You have to kill expectations.
But dude, think about it. I mean, I've never worked in a video game company, but like, wouldn't you
think? And I don't like doing that.
Wouldn't you? If you worked for a video game company and you made the same fucking game every year, just change the skin on it, essentially.
Yeah, that's why you have high turnover. That's what that's for.
No, I'm asking, like, if you were in this situation, in your honest opinion, do you think you would get tired of that?
Oh, of course. That's why people go indie or just leave outright.
They go indie, they get poached. I almost said pouched. Yeah. Poached by other studios. No, it happens. Game Freak tried to combat that a little bit with the Pokemon, the yearly Pokemon releases from their team, and they made this.
Oh, Tembo and the other stuff.
Yeah, and they're god awful. Turns out it's not. Yeah, turns out it's not the games are rushed. It's turns out that studio just maybe fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's. I'm glad Game Freak has the ability to just cleanse their palates like that.
Yeah, I just wish it would have done a lot sooner. It would have been done a lot sooner and would have gotten better stuff. They have a town, I think it's called Little Town Hero or something like that, a game on the Switch.
Oh yeah, I think it's just called Town or something. Town Hero. I think that's the working title. I don't know, man.
No, it's out.
Yeah, I know it's out. It's also on PC. Okay. But
it is terrible. One of my friends had it on their Switch, so I borrowed it for a little bit. That way I could check it out because I didn't want to spend money on it. The only highlight I can say about that game is that it has like some really good ideas going on for it, and it has a little bit of charm on it. Gameplay-wise, it's just drags so much. You're doing the same thing. Yeah, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and not in a fun, like, I'm not thinking in a Zen mode, repetitive way, where you just hate it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The whole thing. And Toby Fox made music for it, so, and that's pretty good.
See, Infinity Ward tweeted today, a new generation of Call of Duty is coming soon. Stay frosty.
Ooh. Are we gonna get some Russian bullshit? Some Russian Cold War bullshit?
But I'm tired of World War II. I would like to go back to either a futuristic setting or like a modern warfare. Because I liked the Modern Warfare one that came out 2 years ago. That was a fun campaign, I think. But we'll see.
I still maintain that we should hit Vietnam War at one point.
That would be good.
Yeah. Never gonna happen because that's the war that America lost, but
America doesn't lose. These colors don't run.
Yeah. That's right. We don't lose.
They just choose not to engage.
That's right. we engage only when it benefits us.
Ooh, tether on Nagoriyuki. Not a great idea.
Nope.
But Jim Ryan also came out and said like they're not done making acquisitions, so like everyone's like, oh, they're gonna buy Square Enix or they're gonna buy what was the other one? Square Enix and
Jim Ryan is
Capcom.
Sony, right?
Yeah.
yeah, he's the CEO of Sony.
I could totally see them purchasing Capcom.
Yeah, but they might also do smaller level stuff like Nix's. I mean, for that, it's weird that that is a news statement because big corporation buying smaller entities, that's news? No, that's par for the course for capitalism. I don't know.
Whatever happened to antitrust laws? Has anybody heard of her? Is she okay?
I
Does she need some
mean,
water? Does she need some water or anything?
if it's like Comcast buying NBC Universal, you have someone in the FTC approve the deal, and then they get hired at Comcast Universal afterwards.
God, I love America.
Yeah.
Dude,
I forgot who I was talking to. I would be unstoppable if I knew how to lie. Because I can already do no empathy. Like I'm pretty good at not having empathy when necessary, but I can't fucking lie. I'm terrible at lying. So somebody teach me how to lie.
You have to
That way I can
believe
make
it.
my.
You have to believe in the story.
dude, I'm in sales and I don't even know how to lie. I was in sales, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm at. Like, right? Like I can fake empathy. I can
Yeah, you
fake
fake it.
empathy if necessary. But like lying, no, I can't fucking do it. I feel terrible. Like I don't feel bad for your sub story, but if I feel bad about it, then that's an issue.
Yeah, you get a lot of sob stories in sales too. Yeah, I don't feel bad for you, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I
But-
kind of do, but don't.
Like I don't feel bad for you, but this is them breaks.
Them's the breaks. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, this them breaks. It's like okay, well I want to do it, and then if I feel like oh like you know how there's like salesman talk where it's like you have to say in a certain way where you're not really lying, but you're not saying the whole truth.
Right.
That's when I feel terrible.
I can get with that.
Yeah. Anyways,
What else we got
What
on the
had-
docket, Walter?
are we seriously not gonna talk about Ghostwire?
Yeah, no, we're
Oh.
going to get to that.
Oh,
But Ghost
we're gonna
Wire. I was going to talk about Gran Turismo because just the day before Gran Turismo had their big state of play.
I didn't even see any of that on social media. I was completely surprised by that.
Well, that's because you are a fake gamer, girl.
Well,
Well,
I've never
we have
liked Gran
friends-
Turismo, man. I've always liked Need for Speed or Forza.
Yeah, it's just more arcade.
Yeah, I like the more arcadey. So like Gran Turismo was never appealed to me, but I will say from what I saw, the game looks great.
Yeah, I watched the entire 30-plus minute thing going into the weeds with the features.
Oh, so you're buying the deluxe edition then?
No, of course not.
Well, I was gonna ask you, Billy. Like, you're not into the simulator stuff, right? Like, you're more into the arcadey things.
Yeah, like Forza Horizon 5 that came out was awesome. Need for Speed is awesome. I will say, Forza, I think the last one was 7 that came out. That was a fun game, but it just, I like more of the open world arcadey style better.
I mean, that's fair. Like, the only reason why I knew about the Gran Turismo is because I follow a former Gundam reviewer. Now, he just buys expensive shit. He has a whole simulation rig in his living room, so I got to learn about Gran Turismo.
I hear those things are cool though.
They're super cool, but I'm just like, bro, like, the amount of money that you have to be able to just do that is insane. He
No, yeah, I agree.
He bought racing shoes for the rig.
What?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
Person's going all out for...
So
the
so that means they're stoked for Gran Turismo.
Yeah, he has a couple opinions about how it look like, but like no, he's stoked for it.
Hey man, if that's what he likes, fucking good for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
I've never gotten into racing games like that, but if it's your thing,
I'm pretty sure you've done some hours in Diddy Kong racing.
oh yeah, but I was a kid. I would say, like, if Nintendo or excuse me, Rare, if Rare brought back Diddy Kong Racing, I would play the shit out of it because I love that game as a kid.
Well, no, I think Nintendo holds the rights for the Diddy Racing.
Yeah.
Oh, do they? I thought it was a Rare game.
Yeah.
Well, it's Diddy, yeah, but they developed it,
It's
but
a-
they own.
Oh,
Diddy Kong.
okay, got it.
Yep.
So what Microsoft can do is just keep the mechanics and then have Fables Racing or something.
Or Halo Racing.
No,
Halo
they
Racing.
can. They can pick one of the original. No, they can just have Conquer Racing because Conquer was in Diddy Kong Racing, and that's one of their characters.
That's true. Or they have so many established characters they can just make their own fucking game with the same mechanics.
Name one established character from Rare that's not Banjo and Kazooie.
That's not
Joanna
Banjo-Kazooie?
Dark.
Paulo, you get out of here.
The pirates from Sea of Thieves. I don't know.
Yeah, tell me their names.
I don't know, dude. They don't have names. They're pirates, man.
Exactly.
Well, no, wait. So since they were in Sea of Thieves, Jack Sparrow, because he's now in Sea of Thieves.
That's true.
That doesn't count.
He got you.
It
He
doesn't.
got
No,
you, fool.
no. It's in
Madison
Sea of
County,
Thieves,
you know it.
baby. It's in Sea of Thieves, so it counts.
He got you. He got you good.
You got.
You got Huevos and Tukara.
If that was the case, when is Marvel 2 coming back?
Never.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
Disney's been looser with their licenses, so if
They
Capcom's
really
willing to
have.
throw the money at them, that's if Capcom, which is no, Capcom is hella
No.
cheap.
Well, not only sell it cheap, they definitely do just want to like move on with their games. It's like, well, this is cool, but we gotta sell the new one, so here's the new one. What would be like the one big company that you wanted to get purchased from either Sony and Xbox, and what's the small company you want to get purchased from Sony or Xbox?
Now, are we talking developer or like game franchise, or both?
Developer.
Let's just
man.
have Sony buy Square Enix and be done with it, rather than just paying for every game to be exclusive. Just buy them already.
I would not like that. I'd much rather have From Software be purchased by Sony.
From Software is already owned by Katakawa.
I will say, both of those would make sense for Sony, but shit, that's. I get.
We
I guess
can circle back. We can circle
Well,
back.
I don't know if I want to give an answer that makes sense for both of them, or one that I think would flourish under the other one. You know?
I said what you wanted. I didn't ask for sense.
You got.
I would have mis huevos en tu cara now.
I would like to see Sony do Square Enix just because they have that partnership, and usually there's like a new Final Fantasy game, or like even Forspoken is a new IP and it's going to PlayStation for a year. But I would hope that they do the Microsoft route, where if they do make those games exclusive, they still release on PC. But
of course.
But Sony is all about selling PlayStations and all that, so I don't think they would. But I could see, if they could afford it, I could see Sony buying Square Enix, and then I would want to see Xbox do like a Japan studio, like a Sega or a Capcom, just because they've been trying for years to just get into the Japanese market and it hasn't worked. So I would like to see a Japanese studio for Xbox and kind of help them branch even more into that market.
I could totally see Sega. I think the biggest upset will be Capcom.
Yeah, I agree. But I would be for it because, like, I have a PC, so I could still play those games on PC.
I could not be for it because I like my Street Fighter to be on a on a D-pad I can actually reach with my thumb.
I'm saying you hook up your D-pad controller to your PC, baby.
I don't. It's a simple fix. I just don't like the answer.
Then, all right, who would you want to see Xbox purchase then?
I would like I said, I think I think Sega will be like the one I want them to get purchased, just because the only like really like good franchises at the moment I can think of off the top of my head. Oh wait, no, Sega owns Atlas, right?
Yep.
I think it's high time to see Persona on the Xbox.
I agree. That would be cool.
I would like to see the I forgot, I think his name Akira Kurosu from Persona 5.
Nice.
I would like to see him in a Master Chief costume. No, I would like to. I think Sega will be like a good acquisition because they've really been working together by having Yakuza in their Game Pass, and just like you said, Billy, like just being able to open up to the Japanese market. And you know what? I want to be able to play Strange Journey on my PC in an easy way without emulators. So like, bringing some of the old games into Game Pass, and hopefully that means we can get Shin Megami Tensei 9 back up.
Well, if they had Microsoft funding, they probably could.
Yeah, well, because that was a Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
So I would like to see them do the turns around season coming full circle. And small studio, I don't know. I know Yak Club Games have been doing great with Nintendo and things like that, but I actually would like them to get purchased by Microsoft.
Yacht Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. They've gotten into publishing other indie games, so I think they like their freedom of being a indie publisher. I mean,
New game they announced, which I forgot the name of, but it's just basically Legend of Zelda Oracle of the Season and Ages. I think I'm buying that because Oracle and Season Ages are, I think they're one of my favorite Zelda games. I think they're super underrated.
Sorry, you broke up a little. What are you buying?
The new Jack Club game they're coming out with is just Legend of Zelda Oracle of Season and Ages.
Oh, is that the one you posted in the channel?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited about Tunic. I'm excited about Tunic coming out. That's gonna be cool. It looks like it's gonna be this year's Death's Door. But if I was gonna pick a small indie studio, I think Xbox would do great with Mobius Digital, the ones who did Outer Wilds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can see that acquisition.
Because Outer Wilds, I feel like they have that relationship because they just put Outer Wilds on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'd be a cool little indie acquisition for them.
I need to check that out because I hear nothing but amazing things about.
A cool little game. Like I never finished it, but I put like 4 hours into it. In the small amount of time I had with it, it was a very enjoyable indie game. Very beautiful, vibrant worlds. Soundtrack was great. It was a cool game.
Controller or keyboard and mouse?
Oh, I'm controller all the way, baby.
Okay, cool.
Gutter trash. You gotta get competitive, man.
Well, no, like there's certain games that just feel better with mouse and keyboard, and some of them I just feel more comfortable with a normal controller. Games. Like, fuck playing Darkest Dungeon with a controller. But mouse and keyboard, yeah, that is the way to play it.
Or Studio MDHR because they did Cuphead and Xbox had that exclusivity.
Yeah, but their stuff takes forever to come out.
Well,
We're probably not going to see anything from them until 2030.
I'm sure if Microsoft buys them and just gives them at least like 3 more animators, games will be coming out. Yeah. Also, talking about Cuphead, that Netflix show looks really well done. I'm actually excited for it.
I haven't watched the trailer yet. Is it good?
It's super good. It retains a lot of the charm from Cuphead.
Oh, that makes me feel better then.
Yeah, I just hope, and it retains the charm. The only thing I'm slightly scared of is that it's gonna have adult humor, like in your face adult humor.
Yeah, did you see the game though?
Well, no, I'm talking about like Cuphead has submersive adult humor where it's like, the old school cartoons is, a wolf beating up his wolf wife.
Well, yeah.
It's like, oh, that's so funny, but no, that's domestic violence. But you don't really think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to have submersive adult humor. I want to see I don't want to see Cuphead just going around as like saying fuck. Like I think that will just kill it for me. But no, it looks great. I recommend watching the trailer when you get the chance.
Also, I do want to give a quick salute to Phil Spencer at Xbox, just because it was announced today that he is going to be honored at the DICE Awards with the Lifetime Achievement Award. So, just for me, hats off to Phil Spencer for pretty much saving the Xbox game brand.
He doesn't need our thanks or recognition. He just needs the millions of dollars in his bonuses that he gets.
Well, he's getting it because Game Pass is up to 25 million subscribers. They're making a minimum $250 million a month just on Game Pass alone. Oh, it's insane.
There's a very specific scene from The Critic that just popped into my mind about what you just said, and that's how I'm feeling it. The Critic is going to like LA to do like an award thing, and then the little redneck kid looks at the plane and is like, Papa, what's up there? And then the redneck guy is like, yeah, it's just, these people are heading over to California. They make all those big movies and they congratulate themselves by being rich. So it just ends up being a world of rich people telling rich people they did a good job and giving them money and award for it. And then he pulls out a shotgun and starts shooting at the plane.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Going out California way.
Those coastal elites, give it to them.
That's how I feel about it. So Billy gets shotgun.
Yeah, but the big gaming thing we're all excited for this week. Crysis 4 getting announced, am I right, guys?
Yep, that's right, baby.
Have that push our PCs
we'll
to...
We'll see that in 4 years.
Finally have a game that can blow up my computer.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see it in 4 years.
That's why it's called 4.
Crysis 4.
That would be funny. Mm-hmm. If it's like, yeah, Crysis 4 coming in 4 years.
Man, I'm finishing this Kasai Gundam and I'm finally getting to the Dorito part, and it's super satisfying to hear all those snaps.
Yeah.
Also, I'm super mad it's Kasai and not Key or whatever.
Ooh. Did you all watch the Ghostwire Tokyo presentation?
Hell yes, dude.
Yes.
I was talking to Billy about it. It looks so good. I'm slightly scared. Gameplay is just gonna be like basic open world gameplay, but in first person.
Yeah.
But it looks so good. It looks so good.
Also, just the fun of the combining spells and just switching them out based on situation.
Yep.
It has such a good look to it too. That's kind of what I'm mad about. It looks so
really
fucking good.
Fluid.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it just flows so well together, and I just love. I think the world, oh wow, I can't even talk. I'm that excited about it. The Tokyo world he crafted looks really well, and it just looks very atmospheric, and I'm excited for it. I've been excited for this game ever since it was announced and showed off. It's on my Fantasy Critic list, and there's no way it's going to do as bad as Dying Light 2.
You really took a hit with that one.
Yeah, I could drop it though.
Yep. Yeah, Paulo did take a hit with that one.
But yeah, like the only thing I'm slightly scared of is like it's not gonna do aside from aesthetics, it's not gonna do anything to differentiate itself from other open world games. That's the only thing I'm scared of.
Yeah, as long as it has the base combat's good and and just the traversal feels good. I'm down. I'm in.
I rewatched the thing just because I kind of wanted to see I wanted to dig through, see if I could see like any gameplay secrets or whatever. That fire element definitely is built for heavy heating, because I don't think I ever saw the stock going up higher than 5. Like wind was always consistently 30. Water I think was 10 to 20, but fire was always at 5. So I'm assuming like all your big heavy shit is gonna be coming up with fire.
Yeah, because I think in the trailer, like, he built up the fire and took out, like, a wave of enemies, so I agree with that. But yeah, I'm excited, like Paulo said, like, you can combine the elements, kind of pull them together, and I love the bright, vibrant world that it looks like they crafted in Tokyo, and we didn't get much about the story, so I hope the story's not bland, because we still don't know a lot about it, but I mean, I don't know. I personally liked Evil Within and Evil Within 2, but I'm a fan of horror games, so I think that's why I'm really excited about it. And it's Shinji Mikami, so I'm all in, you know?
I'm super excited. I just think the story is going to be confusing for the sake of being confusing.
Right.
It seems like it's the Shadow Warrior remake story. Like a demon invasion, you get possessed by a demon and you share a body and use your powers. Which is, very tropey storyline, but give me that trumpet.
I'm okay with a tropey storyline as long as is done well. I just, like I said, I just want it to be confusing for the sake of being confusing.
Oh shit! It's gonna be on PC also, so
yeah.
I was like, I'll finally have a reason to play my PlayStation, because I thought it was just gonna be a PlayStation exclusive for a year and then come to PC and Xbox, but no, it's gonna be on Steam, so now I can actually run it at a higher setting.
It's the whole thing with talking to Mike. There's no console exclusive anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
Let him die on that hill. Just let him do his thing. I love the guy, but
he loves his hills.
he loves his hills so much. Oh, this is great. Yeah, now I can. But the only perk to getting on PlayStation is you get 3-day early access, because I don't see that as a perk on Steam.
Yeah,
like I said,
who needs
I'm hoping
3-day
that you
early
get
access for a single player title, though?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like I said, I'm hoping that you bite the bullet because you're impatient, and then I get to hear the cool stuff about it. That way I can just go in prepared. Because, like I said in the channel, the one element that gives me stealth, that's all I'm gonna be racing right away.
Stealth is the most fun.
That is true. That is true.
Well, not only that, it's also I hope they do the thing where like they actually take away your powers, how they did it in the
demonstration.
showcase. Yeah, I hope they actually do more of that. That way it feels different from the other open world games, and you just have to actually like stealth around or.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I imagine that might only be for story missions or something.
And I'll be okay with that. If they take them away for story missions only. I just want to be able to see different kind of gameplay. Like if you can, I don't mind if a game is open enough where you can tackle any mission in different ways. But there is straight up hey, this is the best way to tackle everything. So I like it when.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I like it when like a game strips away a couple things and they force you to play a certain way, because then ingenuity comes out.
Yeah, it kind of forces your hand, and it's like, oh, I kind of got to adapt my game. I agree with you there, but I also agree with what you said earlier when we were talking about it. Like, I like how they throw in the bow and arrow, so you kind of have that different option to play differently.
Yeah, and I hope it's powerful enough where like it actually incentivize you to do it, to play the bow and arrow instead of just using your powers. Because something that Ghost of Tsushima did really well is like the in-your-face approach and your stealth approach. Vastly different. But both of them feel great, and one of them's no more overpowered than the other one.
Right.
So I want something like that, but in a also like open world horror game. Like that's just fucking sick.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, with they're expanding on how kind of Evil Within 2 had open zones, which was really cool. Just stealthing your way through to conserve resources.
It's one of the few horror games I replayed because like I just had fun with the open world stuff.
Yeah, same here.
Same. I agree.
I played it on PS4 initially, and then when I saw it on GOG, hell yeah, picked it up again. Had a great time.
Yeah, like I had like a month or two of like they didn't have any new games, so I just like boot up Evil Within 2 and just like, I was all stealthy in the first playthrough. Let me be on your face. It felt so much more stressful, but it was super fun. Well, yeah. What have you guys been watching? What have you guys been playing?
I've just been watching The Sopranos, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
That show lives up to the hype. Because, yeah, I didn't see Breaking Bad until years after it came out, and that show was a disappointment based on how much it was hyped up. But Sopranos lives up to the expectation.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a show about a family with mental health issues, really, if you boil it down.
I've been watching Book of Boba Fett, a.k.a. Mandalorian Season 3, from what it seems like.
Who is Boba Fett? Okay, like...
He's the guy with the mask.
Let me reiterate.
Talks like this.
Well, let me reiterate this. I know who Boba Fett is. What is the show trying to tell you that who Boba Fett is?
Yeah, it's Book of Boba Fett. It's the new show.
It's like a Book of Mormon. He's trying to start his own religion, and then antics ensue in Africa.
The only thing I care about Book of Boba Fett is that Thundercat is in there, and I heard it's only for like one scene.
Yeah, he is.
But it's a cool scene.
I didn't recognize him at first, but I did recognize like this guy looks weird for the Star Wars universe because he looks like a regular guy, and who happens to be wearing Star Wars clothes.
And then, scene like, on YouTube, okay. Like you can. I watched the scene on YouTube. Like his bass is playing in the background. Like, how can you not tell that was Thundercat? Well, do you listen to Thundercat?
I've heard a little bit.
No.
Okay. Okay,
again,
then
Will not supporting colored people in music.
Here we go.
Very true.
It's Thundercat, baby.
I'm pretty sure as soon as he saw him pop up, it's like, the galaxy's a little... I don't feel safe in this galaxy anymore.
There, I looked him up. You happy?
Now I want you to listen.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Durag.
No, it's a super vibey song. Or also Them Changes is also really good. You're on TikTok. You definitely have heard.
I actually deleted TikTok.
Oh, good for you.
Just wasting too much time with it, dude.
Not because China.
And China. And China scares me.
Damn,
taking over, man.
Those dang old Genshin impacts.
Now we should be worried about Russia and Ukraine.
That's right.
Fun gaming news with Ukraine. One of the most popular Final Fantasy XIV streamers is having to leave Kiev.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's
no, it is interesting. No, she's originally American from Louisiana, but then she's been living in Ukraine for the past 8 years. Yeah, she's having issue. I don't remember the specific term, but like a passport-y sort of thing for one of her pets. Just because it's hard to just up sticks and leave because you got 2 pets and a whole life in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's a thing like a lot of people don't realize. If you are from another country and you have pets and you want to bring them over, they have to have passports too.
Yeah, it's just Vice had a cool interview with her where she's talking about like how the Western media is just being real weird about it.
All 3 of my Chihuahuas had to have passports for me to bring them over to the United States.
3?
Yeah, we brought 3 Chihuahuas with us.
Well, that's 3 too many.
I do agree that is 3 too many.
And
Chihuahuas.
I think you guys never, and I don't think you guys are...
No, we've never been Mexican.
because well, you've been Walter, you've been close. You've been close. Like Filipino is close enough.
Yeah. No, we don't have Chihuahuas there though.
I forgot what my my Chinese girlfriend called them. I think they're called. Was it you or M that called Filipinos sea Mexicans?
Probably her. I go with jungle Asians.
Jungle
Oh my
Asians.
god.
I've
Yeah, man.
I've heard sea Mexicans.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys keep talking about this.
But
I'm gonna excuse myself from this.
You guys have the sea as well, though.
But you guys are an island.
That's true. Archipelago, specifically.
Archipelago. Yeah, you're an ocean Mexican. And I am a... What would the backwards version of that be? Because I don't want to say original Filipino, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Again, when it comes to the stereotypes, I'm going to excuse myself from the conversation.
If anything, I feel like you should be the one that called it, because your people have been the ones that have been coming up with... Your people have been the ones that have been coming up with the words.
Exactly, my people, not me.
You speak for you people.
I don't speak for those kind of people.
All people speak for everybody.
So I can speak for you?
No, of the same race.
Oh, of the same race. Got it.
Yeah, you can speak for Walter as a man, but not as a Filipino.
Exactly. One person always represents the entire group of people. That's how society works.
Well, I'm going to take the safe route so I don't get canceled and excuse myself from this portion of the...
You won't get canceled. You can still be president.
That's true.
Can I really? Do you think I could do it?
Anybody with a comb over and a spray tan can be president.
I don't have a spray tan, though.
You can.
Oh, you can start. You can start.
You have ties to Florida. You can be presidential.
That is true. I do have ties to Florida.
And you can get a comb over. Just get the mohawk again and just do a comb over.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm 32, man. I'm too old to have a mohawk.
No, that is the perfect age to have a mohawk.
It's like, well, this guy clearly doesn't give a shit.
Exactly. This guy buys beers to teenagers.
Well, when I did move here and Evan was going to college, a lot of our friends were under the age of 21, so I was the designated beer buyer.
Oh, boy.
And you also play in a pop-up bank, so everything aligned.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my god, this guy's internet sucks.
Oh, you getting he's teleporting?
No, it's just chunky. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't want to break this bar. I really don't want to fucking break this bar.
Yeah, dude,
I didn't break this bar.
You should stream your model building.
I thought about it before, honestly. Especially because now I'm getting more into hand painting my stuff. So it's hey, like, I already made a plain version of this. Let me strip it and paint it.
How many coats you got on that?
Plus, I don't go out much anymore, so like that would be like a nice little way of like interacting with people.
Yeah, and it's such a niche market. Like, you could have people view in to watch you.
And then I can do the weird stuff like, oh, I'm gonna build this Gundam in a pool. Watch me build this in a pool.
Yeah. Hot tub Gundam building streams.
Yeah, don't got my brow on and just do in the pool. To be fair, I never. Yeah, to be fair, I never wear brow.
All right, it's settled. That's what you're doing.
This guy sucks. How's he in floor 6? He should be lower.
I was gonna say floor 6 is nothing shiny. Like,
no, I keep it casual. Oh, he's quitting. He's not rematching. That's how sucky
quitting?
he is.
Bitch.
Suck it, Kai. I wrecked you. So good. No, his avatar is fully Baiken, so he's probably a guy who's like, Baiken's finally in the game, my big-titted queen, now I'll buy Strive.
And he doesn't play Baiken.
Yeah.
Even as a stripped down as she is when it comes to gameplay, she is still like fairly difficult to pick up if you don't play fighting games.
Yeah. Well, I like her stripped down moveset just because it aligns with how I don't want to learn as much stuff anymore.
Power, and the gameplay is different, and she has her own identity now because the feather, but I don't like that her identity is that. I love that she was the alpha counter character. Hard as bulls, don't get me wrong. Never really good with her. My brother did, but yeah, I just don't like that it's not counters anymore.
Should I get a Steam Deck?
No.
Why not?
What?
It's all coming together February 25th.
The basic model, what is it, like 64 gigs?
Yeah, it's like $350.
Yeah, you can't even run Doom on that thing. Like, you have to get the ones like it's 128 or 250.
Yeah.
Like, the basic model will only cover you for indies and nothing.
But all previews so far works like a dream. Even developers are saying like, yeah, it just works. I can play Strive on the go, man. You can't do that with a Switch.
Can't do anything with the Switch.
I could play Genshin Impact in non-shit frame rates on the go.
I'll give you that.
And everything's about the Genshin Impacts, baby.
One day we'll all be Genshin Impacts.
One can dream. I guess they're a big game announcement, but in a very EA sort of game announcement way. Blizzard announcing it's working on a survival game.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Does anybody give a shit about that?
Apparently, apparently, a bunch of people are super hyped for it because of the talent behind it.
Yeah, because they've been working on it for 5 years now, just fucking around. But I don't know. I gotta see what my survival game people have to say about that, because I have people on my Steam friends list where they only play survival games, pretty much.
Let me guess, is it just like Tarkov?
Valheim's been the biggest one. Where, the big meme is like, hey, people at Blizzard played Valheim and now they just want to get in on it, but,
I mean, that's fair. That's probably what happened with Overwatch. They watched a Dota match one time and it's like, you know what?
They played Team Fortress 2.
They played Team Fortress 2. It's like, you know what? Let's make an Overwatch.
Yeah. But they always do interesting things when they jump into a genre, so we'll see how it goes. I never give a shit about having to eat in a video game, so that's a hard pass for me, dog.
I decided to boot up Skyrim last week, and the new version has a survival mode, and I could not give any less two shits about it. Yeah, and I just went back to play my character.
I had a buddy who played the survival modes for the Fallout games, but that makes more sense to me. Just because that post-apocalyptic atmosphere, having to drink and eat food and take radiation pills fits that world.
But I already do that. I don't want to be doing the same things I do in a video game.
Yeah. Punching trees.
I punch trees all the fucking time, dude. Like, you don't even know.
I know. Well, it's fun to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, well, I'm a teenager. I'm angry. I'm gonna go into the woods for an hour.
I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition because it is on Game Pass. So I was like, oh shit, I need to play this again. And I'm doing a mage playthrough, which I've never done, which is super fun. And I got to the point where like I'm able to pick up my subclass and I'm making the build and having tons of fun. And then it just dawned on me, hey, I should play Dragon's Dogma again.
Get out of here.
I fucking love Dragon's Dogma. It's my little stuff.
Is Inquisition worth playing?
Like it. Inquisition is gore playing. It's decent. It's fun. Um, it has a couple issues because it is a PlayStation and 360, a PlayStation 3 and 360 game that got ported over to the PS4.
Well, I play the PC version.
It has a couple issues. It has a couple issues because it's this is around the time where everything had to be big and everything had to have crafting in it.
Yeah.
But
That's
I enjoy
something
it.
I remember seeing from the memes is just flower picking.
Yeah. It's not as bad as you think, but it is in there. Uh, if you want to make the most broken armor and weapons in the game, you do have to do some picking, but I like it. I like the different builds that you can do. I like the replayability with it. And on top of that, all the characters are likable. Hot take out there, if you don't like Vivian, fuck you.
Who's that? Is that the mage?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's the mage that everybody hates. I'm just like, fuck you. You don't know. You never spoken with a woman. You never spoke with a woman before. Like, that's my take on that. She's a queen, and we love her.
No, I'm pro Inquisition.
I mean, that's fair. I'm playing a mage, but I actually sided with the Templars this time, and it's kind of fun.
I'm only saying that because I saw the remember that 360 era when EA had animated movies for all their properties. I watched the Dragon Age one, but the main character for that shows up later in Inquisition. So,
Hawk.
I don't remember, some lady, Cassandra or something.
Okay, she's actually the one I'm trying to romance because my first playthrough.
She's
So
in your party?
Inquisition. Yeah.
Excellent. Maybe I'll check it out.
In my first playthrough, I went with a female Quinari because you could never play Quinaris until now, and those are the dragon people.
Okay, the one with the horns.
Yes.
I always thought they were blue people.
They're dragon people. And I played like the lady version because I wanted to mess around with that, and I fell instantly in love with Cassandra, and she became one of my favorite characters. She's not gay. You can kiss her as a lady.
Shoot. All right. What's the les option since I only play female as characters in games?
Josephine, which is really cute. She's a cute little lipstick bisexual girl. Sarah, which is just your typical like annoying butch lesbian, but she's super fun.
What classes are these characters? Because that plays a factor too.
So Josephine is gonna be your rogue. She's gonna be your rogue. She's your archer, but once she gets her subclass, you definitely should switch her to double daggers. Josephine is just an advisor, so she's not an actual party member that you can play with, but you can mess with.
You gotta have the party member though.
Sarah will be your one character, I think. Sarah, and I think I'm gonna look it up because this is my first time playing gay lady. Options. Dragon Age Inquisition. Let me see. I mean, you can romance Iron Ball. I super recommend it because Iron Ball is the tits. He's great.
The horn thing, I can't do that, man.
You can do it with him. You can totally do it with him.
No, I'm a regular shit. Who's that person? Who's the lady nobody likes in Mass Effect? Who's in Mass Effect 1 and 3? The racist one. I'm her. I can't do a non-human relationship.
Ashley something?
Ashley, that's it.
Yeah, your only options are gonna be Josephine, which is super cute, like, oh my god, it's my girlfriend, I love her. And Sarah, which I actually enjoy Sarah, like I'd be friends with Sarah if she existed.
But I have to ask you, Paulo, even though she's racist, did you sleep with her?
No, man. I was a lady and I banged Garrus.
That's the right
Smart
option.
man.
If Garrus is an option, why not?
Exactly.
No, if Garrus is an option, you got no other options.
Well, I'd rather bang Legion. Legion's my guy.
Oh, Legion?
Yeah.
Nice.
Robot?
I have a friend that, like an old internet friend, that she did a awesome cosplay of Jack. Shaved head, all the tattoos.
Tats.
Yeah. And granted, I saw the cosplay before I even played Mass Effect, so I was like really excited to play Jack. Totally different character I was expecting.
That's it for this episode, but if you guys want to keep talking, I'm down for just hanging out online.
I'm probably gonna bounce in a little bit because I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Getting kind of